Hello everybody, Reaper X1 here again, back playing some more Terra Tech in version 0.7.3.8. I didn't say that in the last little bit. This one I'm carrying right on with that last video's build. I want to get it done with my new little method here of the 15-minute video. I don't know how it's going to go, but we'll see. But so far I'm just kind of trying to figure out where I want to take it from there. I added the few little propellers on the front there in between. And now it's time to try and get a conveyor setup going. Because it needs to handle some resources. Because a tech this size, you do not want to have to wait every time to wirelessly recharge it. Unless you got a charger like that you want to throw down every 5 minutes. Or so many minutes. But before we really get into too much of this, I would like to say hello, welcome, thanks for joining me. I hope you're having a good one. If not, I hope you're having a good one by the end of this. That's my goal. Is everyone having a good one? Oh, sorry about that. And if you do happen to like what you're seeing, feel free to fuel up my little channel with all the likes, the comments, the feedback, any kind of suggestions. People still bitching about my intro, but no suggestions on how to make it better. How do they think that'll ever change if they don't tell me what's wrong? I do not know. Unfortunately, I really don't care. Because if they don't actually state their opinion, it means nothing. So, I've been saying for a while, I'm working on an intro, I'm working on a new trailer, but I'm not going to rush it. Because, as always, I want to make things better. So, I don't want to just rush it and have a piece of junk. And my intro right now is alright. I don't know what the heck their frickin' problem is. Anyway, I don't care. I'm just messing around. I forget where I left off. Oh yeah, the constructive criticisms. They are always welcome too. And the subscriptions, dinging of the bell, all that stuff is an awesome way to fuel my channel. To help me get better, to help me learn. That's one thing I like to do every day, is learn something new. And I can only learn so much new things on my own. And, I need to figure out new things to learn. There's only so many things that I know of, and you guys could help me find new things to learn by telling me how I can improve my videos. There'd be some good things to learn. I do my own little research, but I tell you, feedback is a very important tool, and it is always appreciated. Just as all the support you guys have thrown at me. But anyway, back to the build. So you can see I got kind of a smiley looking receiver setup going on here. See, it's still kind of looking like that alien head that I was mentioning. Still can't remember what frickin' movie it was I saw it in. So this happens to look like an alien, or maybe it was a robot. Maybe it was an alien robot that I saw. But if it looks familiar in any way, just let me know. I would like to know. It is pretty bad. I can't even remember the frickin' movie I was watching. Oh well. So yeah, we got kind of that tuned up. Not looking too shabby on the front there. Now the hard part is just trying to figure out really where I want to take this. And the overall size, because I don't want it to be huge. So, I don't know. And with this thing maybe going to fly, I gotta really keep the weight in mind and the balance of it. I got a feeling I got her fairly balanced. Now, I know some of you are probably thinking, don't worry about the balance, just use a gyro. I'd rather not. I don't like the gyros, honestly. For the most part, I try not to ever use them. There is a few situations where, yeah, they are awesomely handy. But for the most part, flyers, if you want a really active, responsive, holy crap, it does everything kind of flyer, you're probably not going to want to try those gyros on it. Go with balance and lift. That's going to be your biggest benefit when you want to make like a stunt plane or a stunt flyer kind of thing. Especially with the multiplayer that's supposed to be coming soon. Well, I don't know how soon, but kind of soon. Relatively soon. it's going to be a good thing to know, because I think a lot of the battles are going to be in the air. Which is kind of sad, honestly, because flying is fun. But ground fighting's where the action happens. That's where the mayhem goes down. Because you can't run away that easy. And I don't think the flying is going to be really that awesome at the start. Just because the only thing you're going to be able to use is missiles, really. Nothing else is going to track fast enough. Or aim fast enough to really hit anything. It'll be just 100% luck if you shoot somebody with a gun, other than the missiles. And with no anti-missile defenses, still. And the short range of the missiles, still. I'm honestly not really that excited about multiplayer yet. I'm not really a big multiplayer playing person. I have crappy internet. My computer's old as snot, so I haven't really been able to do much of it. But for the most part, what I have done on like my Sony, my PS3, I was not really impressed with a lot of the multiplayer that I've tried. But those were different games, different types of games too. So I don't want to lump this multiplayer experience in with all the other poor ones I've had. But my internet connection being slow and crappy might even take me right out of the multiplayer, unfortunately. I don't know. I'm going to try it, though. I'm not going to give up before I tried it. That'd just be stupid on my part. Because I think it'd be fun. As long as, the things get worked on. Eventually they will, like the missile defense. Very important. Definitely should have been added in a long time. It should have been made a priority. You're going to add missiles, you got to have a defense for them. That's just silly not to. And then you give them as enemies? The enemies have missiles now? That sucks. I don't really care, because, hey, I don't mind blowing up and stuff, but it's not a really good plan. So after that, we get into a little more of this. Yeah, we got to get that built up back there, because we got the stuff to get to the refineries. And now they can come on back through. We got stuff for refined blocks to pass on through. Now we need our fuel station. And then a little bit of sales at the end. There, that should work out good. We got a silo for that. Yeah, let's do that. We get 4 in there instead of 2. That should better supply me. But yeah, that multiplayer, it's going to be interesting. I just hope I can get in on it at least a little bit. There's our selling. Our sales factory. So from there, I had to move a little bit. This thing ain't that great on the terrain. So if this thing doesn't end up flying, this might be a failed project. Just failed because it's not going to do everything I intended it to originally. But it still will work. It still drives. It's actually quite quick for what it is. I think it hits 70s. Or is it 60s? I'll say high 50s without any rockets. And I think with the rockets it gets up to 80 or 90. Can't remember. It's not too bad though. And I'm still loading her up with weapons. And wings. Because I do want it to fly. If it can't fly, by the end, it is a failure. If it can't drive, by the end, it's half a failure. Because my techs are always meant to be able to drive as a basic, unless they are a pure flyer. But a tech like this is supposed to always drive, handle terrains, everything like that. And then on top of it, this one's supposed to fly. And maybe even do some aerial harvesting of the trees. It's kind of what I was hoping, but it's not really looking that good. Just the way I made the front, I'd have to put the drills across the entire front, or the saws. And, well, I don't know if I really want to do that. A lot of the time I don't build for functionality, I build for looks. And then I make it as functional as possible. Because if I always built just to win and to survive, a lot of my techs are going to look the same. And that gets real boring real quick. So I like to go for a look first and then add the artillery and the arsenal. Because then, it lets the creativity flow. Oh, out sideways. Don't do that. There. So yeah, I think I'm making some fairly decent progress on this one. Get some more guns lined out around here, just in case any wee little suckers try and get in under me. Because I ain't going to be loading this thing up right tight with shields, I don't think. Not under there. So I got to kind of keep her light if I'm hoping to fly. I don't even know why I'm really trying to use those mobile or half mobile skews. Because I don't even call them mobile. You got to stop just as long as it would take to get the other one out. And then it takes a bigger area of blocks, so I don't know. I'll keep them on there because they look like eyeballs, I guess. See, it kind of looks like a face like that. I just can't place it. That first attempt, not good. So yeah, the skews are alright when you got to clean up. You drop a block, it picks it up for you. Now, I'm not really too sure where this part of the design come from. I think this might have been the tentacles or something that he had hanging off the alien's head. Or maybe it's just something I'm mentally adding because I think it might look neat. Hard to say. Memories are a weird thing like that. Get this kind of rounded out here. Figure out where I really want it to be. Oh, that might have been a little low. There. Yeah, we don't want it touching the ground. That just screws things up. Trying to keep it low to the ground, but still be able to clear out any resources that it comes in contact with. As you can imagine, that is a challenge when you have hills and whatever to deal with. I don't think that's going to be quite right. Maybe like that. Maybe adjust this just a touch. About there. Is that better? Now the fun part, trying to match it up. Yeah, I got everything all weirded out now. Things are changed and I have to redo it a bit. Yeah, something like so maybe. Yeah, a little over there, a little that way. Oh, this way. Yep. Over there. Yep. There, and a couple here. Yeah, that should be alright. So it seems to drive alright. Steers fairly good. We'll get a couple more in here maybe. There. Aha. So now I think with the next little bit, I'm going to concentrate on this part. I was going to jump back and work on the top and finish off protecting the resource center. But I don't know. I might just work up front here. So I got kind of an idea for it. And I want to try it. It's almost like hands. Yeah, and get some more batteries because this thing is going to need some bubbling. I'll have to put a bunch of bubbles up these side pieces just because of the shape and length of them. You don't get much coverage per bubble. There, that should work. So I think right around in here, as I did with the last one, I'm going to let the clock determine when I stop. I'm going to probably start my little outro right around in here. So as always, thanks for joining me. I hope you enjoyed what you saw. And if you do, feel free to fuel up my little channel. Subscriptions and dinging of the bells, comments, constructive criticisms, likes, all that awesomeness you guys bring, that's the fuel. That's the easiest and best way to keep my little tank full and keep me on running with the motivational juices that keep me building crazy kind of junk like this. And if you have some cool and original text, don't forget about the Saturday Showcase. Your cool and original text could have their own video for everybody to see and get ideas from. And if you could, find my little paypal.me link down there. Ah, you sneaky bugger, attacking me. Not even done. Short-lived though, sucker. But yeah, if you can find that little paypal.me link for the $2 American, send on in that donation. I'll enter you in the donation appreciation program, where your name will be entered in a draw for a 3D printed tech that's valued at the moment at $40. The more support, the more the value, though. That's why it's the donation appreciation program. It grows as my channel grows. I hope. Maybe. But until next time, everybody, keep being the awesome and keep having a good one. Bye.